Everyone that's here with us in this space is now part of this rebellion. Please give an absolutely warm rebel welcome to Esther.
Thank you. But I'm just here to also welcome you. But I'm going to be passing over to our brother here, Mario. And for those of you who came out yesterday, you will know from what I said yesterday about the significance of Extinction Rebellion, beginning this 5th round of rebellion known as the Impossible Rebellion today. Now today, the 23rd, is a very, very special day, not just because by divine intuition and resonance that those who actually chose this day, but also because this day marks the beginning of the Haitian Revolution 230 years ago that commenced in 1791 and culminated in 1804 with the independent state of Haiti, or Ayiti is the correct pronunciation. So we felt it was appropriate in Extinction Rebellion, and I'm part of the Extinction Rebellion Internationalist Solidarity Network, to begin this rebellion with an acknowledgement of this pre-existing rebellion and what it represents for all of us. And this is very, very different to many of the previous rebellions, because closer and closer, many of us from the global south who are struggling to have our voices heard in Europe around the impact of the climate and ecological crisis on us, we're being heard more and more. So we are seeing that move in consciousness. And whereas before we might have looked like we were divided on so many grounds, racial grounds, other kinds of grounds, ethnicity, class, gender, sex, sexuality, all those different grounds, there are many different comings together. And this is what this rebellion offers, not only all of us, but for the rest of the world. But I would appropriately, before I say a bit more, like to invite our brother Mario, but actually that's the old name. His name is KhepHeru, who is a brother from Ayiti, who is a rebel fighting the good fight, who is going to begin us appropriately in a prayer in Creole, the historic prayer that was said at the commencement of the Haitian Revolution 230 years ago. He will then lead in a chant, because this rebellion, we're bringing all of ourselves into this rebellion, all of our culture, all of our modes of resistances. And actually, this chant was again a chant that was sung by those who waged that revolution 230 years ago, and it continues to be sung by the peoples of Ayiti. Let me now welcome and introduce Brother KhepHeru from Ayiti, and you can also, if you need to, introduce yourself further.
Thank you. In the African tradition, I would like to ask an elder to give me permission to speak. I got permission. I don't know if it was from an elder, but I got permission and I accept it. Thank you. In the tradition of Ayiti, I've come among you into your space. I say, honneur. I'm saying I come to you with honor. And you say, respect. You say, you receive me with respect. Honneur. 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 Thank you. It is indeed an honor to be asked to do this with you this morning. And without too much further ado, I will read in Creole and then in English, Bookman's prayer. Bon Dieu, qui fait soleil, qui claire nous en haut. Bon Dieu, qui soulève la mer, qui fait l'oreille gronder. Bon Dieu, qui a les oreilles pour tendre, qui cache le nuage. L'a gardé nous, lui ouais tout ça blanc fait. Bon Dieu blanc, il des crimes. Bon Dieu pas nous, voulait nous faire bien. Bon Dieu nous qui si bon, lui ordonner vengeance. La conduit bras nous, la banou assistance. J'étais portrait Dieu blanc yo, qui soif de l'onanger. Écoutez voix liberté, qui parle dans nous toutes. The English version now. God who makes the sun, which gives us light, who rouses the waves and makes the storm. Though hidden in the clouds, he watches us. He sees all the whites are doing. The God of the whites orders them to commit crime, but our God calls us to do good works. Our God who is good orders us to avenge our wrongs. He will direct our arms and aid us. Throw away the symbols of the God of the whites, who has so often caused us to weep, and listen to the voice of liberty, which speaks in all our hearts. Words of Bookman, a high priest who presided alongside a high priestess in the launching of the Haitian Revolution. I hope you brought your singing voice. Looks like you did, actually. There's one or two little leaflets handed out with the lyrics, but I don't think you're going to need them. So first, I'll start us off, and then I'll ask you just to do it with me. This was being sung in 1803, actually, in November, at the Battle of Vertières, the final battle of the Haitian Revolution. And as Haitian soldiers were being mowed down with cannon fire, with musket fire, they kept advancing. But there was another sound besides the cannon fire and the musket fire, a humming sound that, if you listen, you actually heard that they were singing. As they moved forward, as they fell, as they kept advancing, they were singing. They were singing, Grenadier à l'assaut, ça qui Moïse a fait à yo. Grenadier à l'assaut, ça qui Moïse a vengé yo. Non point maman, non point papa, ça qui Moïse a fait à yo. Non point maman, non point papa, ça qui Moïse a vengé yo. So they were singing grenadiers or soldiers to the attack. Those who die, let them die. Soldiers to the attack. Those who die, we will avenge them. There are no mothers here, there are no fathers here, only warriors. Those who die, let them die. There are no mothers here, no fathers here. Those who die, we will avenge them. So, I'm saying it, and I'll ask you to sing it after me, line by line. Ready? Grenadier à l'assaut. Aha. Ça qui mourit, ça fait aïe. Again. Grenadier à l'assaut. Ça qui mourit, n'a vengé you. Now the refrain. Nan point maman, nan point papa. Ça qui mourit, ça fait aïe. Nan point maman, nan point papa. Ça qui mourit, n'a vengé you. Let's try to do it all together one time. On three. Grenadier à l'assaut, ça qui mourit, ça fait aïe. Grenadier à l'assaut, ça qui mourit, n'a vengé. Nan point maman, nan point papa. Ça qui mourit, ça fait aïe. Nan point maman, nan point papa. Ça qui mourit, n'a vengé. That's it, we've done it.
Thank you to Brother KhepHeru. And I know many of you rebels, some of you may be thinking, what's this connection? Hopefully you will see that connection. Because what's important is that you also know part of the histories of rebellion that people have had to wage. And when you compare the rebellion that you are waging here in Britain, know the differences, but also know that many of those who are on the front lines of defending us, who have been raising the alarm for centuries, have had to encounter direct warfare. And in their honor and their dignity, they still stood, they still stand. So it's really important for us here in London to begin this rebellion, amplifying the voices of those communities in resistance around the world who today we are united. Today we are united. We know that the people united can never be defeated. We have to put away all those attempts by those who hold and wield power to divide us. And we, the people, have to be that change. When I think about the struggle of Ayiti and what it represents today, it's so apt that KhepHeru opened us out. That struggle of those people in Ayiti, which still continues. And you will know that Ayiti suffered another earthquake, devastating earthquake, on the 14th of this month. A very special day again, because it was on that day that the spiritual ceremony, the Vodun ceremony at Bois Cayman, initiated the actual Haitian Revolution. Because as a people of the earth, we know that we have to utilize all of the powers of nature in our own defense. And this is what colonizers were always afraid of. children, also rising up to rediscover that truth that is inside each and every one of you while you are here. As Extinction Rebellion Internationalist Solidarity Network, we exist to foster mutually respectful, cooperative and beneficial connections with people from existing grassroots communities of resistance on the front lines of the climate and ecological crisis in both the global south and the global north, who are working on environmental justice so that one, these perspectives get represented throughout XRUK, and two, that there's mutual learning, two-way learning between XRUK and people from these communities of resistance. So today, is that mutual learning together with no judgment about the paths that we've had to take in order to be here today in unity, because we know that what we have to face is much bigger than all of us individually. And that is why we are here. What we know about the countries that are most likely to experience climate change and all of its related risks in terms of death toll, loss of GDP, are that out of the 10 most climate risky countries, most of those countries actually experience colonization. So colonization and the end of colonization of all peoples of the earth is essential to defeating those who are extracting resources to wage wars on innocent peoples because they are greedy and they think they can take from the earth without consequence. And that is why that key demand about the stopping of fossil fuel extraction is so important, not only for us here, but for all of those in the global south whose lands are being pillaged, ravaged right now. The ecocide, and inherent within that, the genocide of all the peoples of the earth. And you're here today because you care. You are the people of this nation that care. And we have to be able to care about each other. Our brothers, our sisters, our siblings. We have to care about the fate of our fellow human being. But in order to care, we have to also be about the stopping of the harms of this generation. And then we have to look at how do we repair. That's reparation. How do we repair across the planet so that we can all be guaranteed our lives? That is our challenge and our historic mission and duty today that has brought us all together. So my fellow rebels, please have courage. Know that you are setting an example. And we all around the world are setting our examples. And when the story is told about this rebellion, let us report accurately about how this rebellion began. Because there's too much denial about the struggles of the indigenous peoples, African peoples, Asian peoples, all colonized peoples. And it's not your burden to save us. It's not that many of us are walking the same path, then let us walk this path together. And that is why the vision of a post-reparations world order that some of us have as African heritage communities, especially led by the Stop the Maangamizi, We Charge Genocide Ecocide campaign, is of building a multipolar, pluriversal world of global justice for all that we refer to as Ubuntu Dunia. Now, Ubuntu Dunia is possible. It's very possible because we know that we cannot just repair ourselves, that our repair struggle as the mothers and fathers of human life on this planet must also catalyze your own repair processes. And that is our historic mission and duty. And that is why we are here today to begin on this historic day of the culmination, actually the beginning, I should say, of the Haitian Revolution. So let us remember all those today whose lives are still being impacted because of the coloniality of power. And as we are seeking to put an end to fossil fuel extraction, let us also put an end to that global system of domination that holds all of us, including you, captive. Let us set ourselves free so that we can be the example of the people who had the courage to build back that new world of repair. My brothers, my sisters, my siblings, I greet you all in peace. Thank you.
Let me introduce you. This is Lautaro. And guess what? Beautiful, beautiful representation of all the multicultural spaces and places that we represent. This is XRISN Lautaro.
Hello, hello everyone. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Lautaro Illayux. I come from the territories you all know as Colombia, which right now we've been on strike for months, ever since the 5th of April, against the Colombian government. And I would like to thank everybody here of Extinction Rebellion for joining the cause to fight for life and to join and learn from the indigenous communities of the global majority, to be able to learn from the ancestral wisdom that all of our ancestors, humans, plants and animals, have brought us to teach. So I'm very, very, very happy to see all of you here, because all of us together, the 4 tribes, the red people from the Americas, the white peoples from the northerns, the African people from the south, and the Asian people, we will all together bring down this corrupt British government and make this world what we want to see for the youth and for all life. The symbol right here that I'm holding is a sacred ancestral flag. It is called the Huipala. It comes from the Andes in South America, from those nations that exist today and that were attacked by the imperialist forces of Europe, especially from the Spaniards. But still to this day, we have survived, and we are here to say, this is the rebellion and this is the resistance, so make some noise! I want everybody to be ready, because today and these 2 weeks we are going to try to achieve the impossible. So thank you all, and let's come to this energy with a spirit from all of our ancestors. So this is our last time, this is our last chance. So let's get together and let's move in unity, all as a human family. Thank you all.
Whilst we're waiting, I thought, feeling some energy for some extinction! Extinction!